About 10 years ago, I was in Sand Hill Cemetery in Mount Carmel, Illinois, to take photos for the Find a Grave website. Parts of the cemetery are quite old, and the ground can be very uneven and lumpy. I was walking beneath a massive old gum tree, right past a stone that had been overturned by its roots, when something hit me in the face and dropped to the ground. Right at my feet was a gumball from the gum tree, but it hit with a lot of force, so I figured it had come like from the top of the tree. I looked at the stone, and it was on its back pointing downhill, so the engraving was upside down, so I walked around to read it. The grave belonged to Jewel McQuaid, only 16 years old. Me, being ever curious of the paranormal and always wanting to see things in a pretentious light, decided that Jewel wanted to be noticed. So I photographed the headstone and the footstone and promised that I would look her up when I got home. She turned out to be a he. Florian Jewel McQuaid was born in 1901 and died in 1917. In the August 18th newspaper, it reported that Jewel had been sick for several days with typhoid, which is caused by water contaminated by salmonella. He did not recover and died at 5:30 a.m. on August 27th, 1917. His obituary described Jewel. He was of a bright and cheerful disposition and was a great favorite among his companions. Several newspaper items also reported all the different family that came in from out of town to come to his funeral, which was held at his home, which used to be right here. I found a newspaper photograph of Jewel, along with some friends and a dog, published about a year before his death. I don't have it now. It was a victim of a computer crash, and I can't find it again. But I do still have this image of Jewel playing around with his friends shortly before he died. Jewel's mother, Myrtle, divorced his father, Edward, in 1904 when Jewel was only 3. And based on some other newspaper articles, Edward seems to have been a histrionic person, having once swallowed an entire bottle of morphine when Myrtle declined to go on a walk with him. Edward remarried and moved into a house in Lawrenceville, Illinois that was here. Myrtle never remarried, but moved into a house on the same street as Sand Hill Cemetery that used to be here, and died in 1952, around 80 years of age. Edward died in Indiana in 1959 at age 86.